It is an awfully tall order the Cincinnati Bengals are dealing with this afternoon. They roll into Southern California under the weight of a 4-game losing streak to take on the 9-3 LA Chargers. In the AFC playoff race, the Chargers are firmly in the wild card picture with an eye on moving up to maybe a first-round bye. The Bengals barely alive on the outer fringe of the playoff hunt. And with that, we say hello and welcome, everyone. Greg Gumbel, Trent Green, Bruce Arians, Melanie Collins down along the sideline. There is no question these LA Chargers are on a tear. They've won 8 of their last 9 behind a quarterback, Trent, who in his 15th season is having one of his best years.
Well, the fact is he just turned 37 years old yesterday, and he's playing more like a 27-year-old. If you look at what Phillip Rivers is doing this season, completing nearly 70% of his passes, you see that touchdown to interception ratio? That's the best of his 15-year career. Now, on the defensive side of things, we're going to go green and show you what it's about having Joey Bosa back on the field with Melvin Ingram. Bosa's only dressed for 3 games. He has 3 sacks in those 3 games. When those two line up on the same side, you have to decide which guy am I going to double team. The Cardinals decide to double team Ingram. That gives Bosa one-on-one.
A different story, BA, for the Cincinnati Bengals, who started this season well. Injuries hit everyone in the league. They have devastated the Bengals.
Yeah, they have lost all their playmakers. But Jeff Driscoll's getting his 3rd start today. He's had 2 under his belt now. He's a great athlete. He's had modest numbers so far, but he's a 6'4", 235-pound guy, runs 4'5". So I would anticipate for them to start using his legs more. A lot of zone read, a lot of RPOs, maybe getting a shot over the top. And with the RPOs in the zone read, you should be able to get Joe Mixon loose. He's one of the best backs in the NFL today. I'd like to see them get him more involved in the passing game.
All right, Coach, the Bengals would love to pull the upset and revive their season by beating the high-flying Chargers, but as I said to start, it's an awfully tall order. Back for the kick right after this.
CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
On an overcast day here in Southern California, Melanie Collins on the sideline, going to start us off with someone who's not here today. Melanie?
Thank you, Greg. Well, the Chargers will be without team captain and starting nose tackle Brandon Mebane for the 3rd straight game as he has returned to Omaha, Nebraska to be with his wife and ailing newborn daughter McKenna, who is in the prenatal intensive care unit there with a heart condition. Now, Brandon was back with the team on Wednesday of this week and was initially expected to play today, but I'm told McKenna took a turn for the worse on Friday, and Dean Spanos immediately put him back on a plane to Omaha, Nebraska. So Anthony Lynn has asked for us all to keep the Mebanes in our prayers, and certainly from all of us here at CBS, we send our best to the Mebane family.
Without question, Melanie, thank you very much. The Bengals have won the toss and have deferred. They will kick it. And the Chargers, Desmond King, standing in the end zone, awaits the opening kick, and we are underway. King will not run this one out of the end zone. And we'll start from the 25-yard line. And here comes Phillip Rivers. And boy, we just touched on it briefly. We'll touch on it all day long. What a season he is having. 2 or more touchdown passes in 13 straight games. It's the 2nd longest streak in NFL history. He's doing everything you expect the young guns to do.
Well, it's really amazing when you consider, like we just talked about, he had a birthday yesterday, turned 37, and he's playing with such great energy right now. He has so many weapons at his disposal, and he's taking full advantage of it.
With Melvin Gordon sidelined by injury, Austin Eckler starts at the running back position and Rivers to throw. And all kinds of time. And he's going to run it and be run out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. A pickup of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. As you look at the offense, the lineup with big Russell Okung at left tackle. And one of the fine centers in the game, and Mike Pouncey in the middle.
That's perfect that the first play was Rivers running the football. We were talking before the game. We're like, he never runs. He's got 14 carries for -1 yard rushing on the season coming into this game. So now he's already.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Eckler. Across the 45 and out to about the 48-yard line.
It's a great start for the Chargers. Hitting a big run. The Bengals have been struggling with their gap control for the last 3 or 4 weeks and giving up chunk after chunk in the running game.
Well, the Bengals come into today last in the NFL in rushing yards allowed. That time the offensive line of the Chargers just collapsed everything from right to left. Eckler just had to stick his foot in the ground, cut back, and get a big chunk.
That's Eckler going in motion. Rivers with time over the middle, wide open inside the 40, inside the 35 goes Mike Williams. That's a 19-yard pickup and another first down for the Chargers.
The Bengals just went to quarter coverage in the underneath. The linebackers underneath went with those inside routes and allowed an open window for Williams. Plenty of time for Rivers to have the patience, get him open in the middle of the field, and accurate throw.
First down from the Cincinnati 33, excuse me. Eckler inside the 30 to about the 28, and we've talked about this game all weekend long. As we take a look at the Cincinnati defense, they are last in almost every major category in the league. How can that be with the kind of standouts that they have on the front line?
It's really amazing because the injuries they've had almost have been all to offense. They have a lot of guys on injured reserve, but that front is there, and it's amazing to me that they cannot stand up against the run or the pass.
Set. Okay. Hey, 50, 50. 390. Good.
Eckler. Look at that hole. Inside the 20. Out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
No Vontaze Burfict again today for the Bengals in the middle of the defense, and you see the counter play. Virgil Green coming in motion after the ball snap, gets underneath and leads that around the edge. There's some of the stats that Greg were just talking about in this Bengals defense.
As you saw right there, Trent, two Bengals tackled each other and let him get extra 5 or 6 yards.
Justin Jackson is in the backfield for the Chargers on first down. Rivers going for the end zone, has a man open. It is caught for the touchdown. Keenan Allen. I'm no expert, but that was a really easy drive for the Chargers.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, no negative plays. Even Phillip Rivers got 5-yard run.
Yeah, Rivers takes advantage. Keenan Allen on the outside, just a double move. They're in zone coverage. The quarter's coverage to the outside, follows to the inside. The flat coverage doesn't have any help over the top, and Allen and Rivers being on the same page. Result, touchdown Chargers.
That is now 26 straight games with a touchdown pass for Phillip Rivers, the longest current streak in the league. On to kick the extra point is Michael Badgley.
Yeah, twice in that drive, they had Keenan Allen inside, one on a linebacker and this time on the nickel. That's a bad mismatch if he's on a linebacker.
Well, they're holding up. They haven't signaled for the extra point. There it is, because he only got 1 foot down. The second foot never came down in the end zone, but what ultimately ended up happening is that knee came down, so that counts as 2 feet in.
The kick is up, and it is perfect. And it didn't take the Chargers long. Keenan Allen, his 6th touchdown catch of the season. 7-0 Chargers. The touchdown combo, Phillip Rivers to Keenan Allen, and Melvin Gordon, who is not in action today, listening in. Alex Erickson is deep.
I bet he was talking about that 5-yard run he had.
From the 5-yard line, this is Erickson. Oh, what a collision. Detrez Newsome with an unbelievable hit on Erickson, and both guys get up and walk away. Let's talk about your game plan for the day, Coach.
Yeah, for the Bengals, they've got to run the football and establish it and hopefully get a deep ball over the top after they establish a running game, especially with Jeff Driscoll running the ball. Sacks and turnovers on defense, they didn't get any of those on the first drive. You saw right now for the Los Angeles Chargers, chunks on first down and on defense, get these guys one-dimensional and go get the quarterback.
From the 20-yard line, this is Mixon. And Mixon with a running room up the middle, dancing his way across the 35 to about the 38-yard line, and a first down brought down by Derwin James. You will hear his name an awful lot.
Well, and the Driscoll talked to us about they need to have more success on first and second down. That's what's been bothering them, is they get into too many third and long situations. We don't have to worry about third and long if you get a first down run like that, Coach.
Yeah, Joe Mixon, I think, is one of the best all-around backs in the league. And if they can get him involved a little more in the passing game where he can use his ability out in space, it'd be great.
First order of business for Driscoll today: stay away from that tough rushing defensive line from the Chargers. Mixon again for a couple to the 40. Jeff Driscoll making his second career start. Impressive young man when we talk to him.
Yeah, he's a great athlete. You know, he's 6'4", 235, and can run. I'd like to see him use his legs more in this game smartly. And he's been waiting his time. He had a broken arm last year playing wide receiver on the scout team and put him back for a year.
And when you say he can run fast.
Yes, he can, for a big man.
On 2nd and 8, this is Mixon again. And Mixon to about the 43. A little shuffling on the offensive line for the Cincinnati Bengals. Cordy Glenn is out. Clint Bowling at left tackle. And Trey Hopkins moves in at left guard on the left side. And of course, that wide receiver core missing A.J. Green, who is gone for the season with a toe injury. 3rd and 4. Giovanni Bernard is into the backfield. Driscoll on the move, looking for first down yardage, and he got it.
Well, there's the speed we were just talking about. Coach was talking about Driscoll getting to the outside, and many quarterbacks in the league, you think you're going to get outside and either throw it away or look to throw it upfield. You're not going to pick up the needed yardage. You can see he gets the corner on James and turns it upfield, not only past the 6, but an extra 5 after that.
And just like Coach Anthony Lynn was talking, Joey Bosa dipped underneath and gave him, lost contain, gave him that exit lane, or they would have had it, got him off the field.
Instead, it's a first down now. Cincinnati at the Charger 47. That pass behind Nixon, who brought it in, and is going to make something of it. All the way to the 36-yard line and a first down. And they're helping Adrian Phillips to his feet. He's okay. He moves to the sideline. This Chargers defense, directed by coordinator Gus Bradley, 8th best in the league at giving up yards per game. And they have some outstanding performers. Melvin Ingram and Joey Bosa and a safety named Derwin James.
Well, and they're loaded with athletes. And not only, you talked about Ingram and Bosa, but at linebacker and at safety, Gus Bradley likes to utilize all those guys.
This is Mixon, and Mixon going nowhere, maybe a yard to the 35. Derwin James coming up from his safety spot. Boy, Derwin James, I said we're going to talk about him an awful lot today. He's already made a couple of plays.
Oh, he's like a linebacker. He's a safety that he can play man-to-man coverage. He can play linebacker. He's one of the best blitzing young safeties in the league right now, and he's going to make a ton of tackles because he's going to be in the box all day today.
Well, he leads the team in tackles. He's tied for 1st in interception. He's 3rd in sacks. He's everywhere making plays. It's a fun player to watch.
It's unbelievable what Gus has done. Gus Bradley, defense coordinator, with him as a rookie.
Driscoll running out of time, now throws, and that's complete. And cut down inside the 35 is Mixon, and that was Desmond King coming up to put the stop on it.
King just kind of does everything for them.
He really
runs
is.
Special teams.
He's a heck of a football player.
And that's the way they describe him. Anthony Lynn was talking about it. He said, you know what, he may not have all the measurables, he may not have the 40s and the verticals and all that other stuff, but he said, you know what, this guy can just play football.
Had a 73-yard punt return for a touchdown at Pittsburgh last time out. Here's a 3rd and 8. Driscoll, quick pass to the outside. And just inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line goes John Ross. But not enough for the first down, and that'll bring the field goal unit on, headed up by Randy Bullock. John Ross, you'll hear us talk about him as well, is a guy that if you're a Charger defender, you don't want to give him room to run.
No, great speed. One of the fastest guys, probably the fastest time guy, but I think Tyreek Hill might play the game a little faster than John Ross.
Randy Bullock from 47 yards looking to get the Bengals on the board. And that's good with room to spare. 6:23 to play in the first quarter. 7-3 Chargers.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Macy's. The Spark Cash Card from Capital One. And by Pepsi, the official soft drink of the NFL.
Santa Monica. Lovely, lovely place, especially this time of year. 7-3. In favor of the Chargers, the Bengals took a 51-yard, settled for the Bullock 47-yard field goal. That is Bullock to kick, and Desmond King is deep. King will not run this one out, and that means the Chargers will start for their own 25-yard line. Last week wasn't a really terrific start on the ground for these LA Chargers, but what a change, guys, came along in the second half.
Well, it didn't slow down on the first drive, Coach.
No, not at all. And, you know, Justin Jackson, the emergence of him really has helped them with the loss of with their star.
And there's Jackson right there, going to get a chance. Eckler on that first drive averaged 12 yards a carry, so pretty good start for him.
The pitch for Jackson. And Jackson is spun down after about a 1-yard gain. Justin Jackson, a 7th-round draft pick out of Northwestern in his rookie season.
I got to see quite a bit of him
Yes,
over the last few years with one of my sons at Northwestern. So I know his running style. He likes to get outside. He likes to get a guy in open space. He likes the jump cuts, and he's very good at it. All-time leading rusher at Northwestern, and had an impressive week last week, getting his first touchdown in the NFL.
Rivers, short pop over the middle. This is Eckler, and Eckler pulled down from behind about a yard away from a first down. Our first update of the day, JB.
Walk-off win of the year.
You'll love this one, B.A. Last play of the game. What do? You throw it down to Kenny Stills. Well, that's like in practice. You give it to Devontae Parker, then give it to Kenyon Drake. Can he finish the deal? Just go north and south, Kenyon. Last defender, Rob Gronkowski. He stumbles, 69 yards, walk-off lateral, 34-33. Miami beats New England for the 5th time in 6 years.
Back to Greg Gumbel.
Hey, that New England practice session will be a good one at the start of the week, won't it?
Well, they'll be practicing that play again, that's for sure. Wow.
That has big ramifications right there. You're talking home field bye weeks, playoffs.
That's a huge game for
Miami
the AFC.
stays alive. They were sitting at 6-6. They needed that win to stay in it.
How many times do you practice that play, Coach?
About 3 times in training camp. That's about it. And then you walk through it on Saturday.
On first down, Rivers under pressure, got it away. What a catch. Just across the 45-yard line by Antonio Gates. Now, with 16 straight seasons with 20 or more catches in a game, in a season.
Well, this is one thing Antonio Gates has always been able to do, catch the rock. And that ball's a little high. Got a guy on his back hip. Brings it in like nothing.
That's just an easy rebound for him.
Yep.
But I was surprised, you know, with these 3 pass rushers, Johnson, Atkins, Dunlap, there's nobody even close to the quarterback.
From the 46. Here comes the blitz. And down goes Rivers. Number 79, Christian Ringo. One of the first to hit Rivers.
Yeah, finally bringing some pressure, changing it up. Great job inside, just beating Mike Pouncey.
You know, to a man, as we talked to the Cincinnati Bengals, they all agree they have not been performing up to snuff. They have much more talent on that defense than they've shown.
Yeah, they're turning on film, and it's one guy here, one guy there, and they've given up more big plays than anybody in the league right now.
Gives him a 2nd and 17, and that's Justin Jackson alongside Rivers. Rivers over the middle. That's complete. And just about a half-yard shy of a first down.
Well, Coach, you were just talking about them not giving up big plays, and what happened when Marvin Lewis decided to fire defensive coordinator Terrell Austin and take over defensive play calling. That was one of his things. We're giving up too many big plays.
And Justin Jackson gets the first down.
And to finish that thought, and that's why they haven't pressured as much. He's like, you know what, let's play defense, keep things in front of us, make the teams work for it, not give up the big plays. We saw the sack on Rivers when they did decide to bring pressure. And then when they didn't bring pressure, Rivers had plenty of time to be able to get it upfield.
Sean Williams is down for the Bengals. We'll take a break. Sean Williams was able to walk off the field under his own power. He has been replaced by third-year defensive back Clayton Fedglin. And with Jackson in the backfield, it's first down. Rivers for Jackson. Jackson with running room. Has a first down. To the 25-yard line.
Well, and that time the Bengals decided to bring pressure. And watch Jackson, as soon as he catches this ball, watch how he does a little jump or a little hop just to freeze the defender and then get around to the outside. And
yeah, that's one-on-one football. My athlete beat your athlete. Everybody had their guy. Hardy Nickerson just couldn't make the play.
Sean Williams is back onto the field for the Bengals. Rivers now 6 for 6 throwing the football. And he calls a timeout. Couldn't get things the way he wanted. Barks at a couple of linemen and calls timeout. First timeout used by the Chargers here in the first half. 1:17 to play in the first.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings. Try our game day menu. And by Microsoft Surface.
Trent, you know it does my heart good to see ice in Southern California. Santa Monica boasts an 8,000 square foot outdoor rink just a few minutes away from the Pacific Ocean. This is Eckler. Eckler to the 20. And will probably, looks like he'll be marked at about the 17-yard line. We have a penalty marker down. Our referee today is John Hussey.
Holding. Offense, number 13. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
That's Keenan Allen, guilty of the hold. You know, Coach, I know there are times that you look at, and it's preached around the league, that injury to a key player is an open door for a couple of others, and we're able to see what Austin Eckler and Justin Jackson bring to the table in the absence of Melvin Gordon.
Oh, there's no doubt one man's injury is another man's opportunity. I'd like to tell the old Wally Pipp story, but half the kids, they don't know Wally Pipp or Lou Gehrig.
First and 16. The pitch for Eckler. Eckler. To about the 25. And Jesse Bates, the rookie safety for Cincinnati, making the stop.
Yeah, he's an exciting young player for the Bengals. They're really high on this guy. Really bright, smart player, good athlete.
Much like Derwin James, Jesse Bates comes into this game the team's leading tackler.
Yeah, two of the best young safeties in the AFC.
It was great getting a chance to talk with him yesterday. He has a great outlook on things, and as you said, a bright future. Just when they decided, the Bengals decided in the offseason to get rid of George Iloka and move him into the starting role, Jesse Bates took full advantage of it and is playing well this season.
Rivers for Eckler. Eckler with a couple of blocks, 15, 10, and down to inside the 5. They're going to mark him down at the 5-yard line. Jesse Bates, Darquez Denard with the stop, and we come to the end of the first quarter. 7-3 Chargers. Welcome back, everyone. A couple of things to consider. 155 total yards. The Chargers are on pace for 600 yards on the day. And Phillip Rivers, 7 for 7, 104 yards and a touchdown. As we start the second quarter, 1st and goal from the 5. Rivers throwing, tipped, incomplete at the goal line. Intended for Keenan Allen, covered by Denard. It will be 2nd and goal.
Allen tried to slow play him coming off the line of scrimmage, just kind of a walk, jog, and then all of a sudden tried to burst to the inside on the slant, and that ball getting tipped didn't allow the timing to happen quite the way he had planned it.
On 2nd and goal, Eckler behind Rivers. This is Eckler. The end zone. Did he get there? Touchdown.
Well, that's just too easy, Trent. Just 2nd and 5 and just run it right up the middle for a touchdown.
Great vision by Eckler. This play starts off going to the left. He cuts it back, finds the lane to the right side. And then it's just one-on-one right at the goal line. Actually about 3-on-1, and he's got the leverage.
Not only that, remember they were telling us how strong this young man is?
Yeah, he's a great weight room guy, and it showed right there. Great leg strength. Another great story for the league. An undrafted guy come in.
The extra point by Michael Badgley is good. 14:51 to play in the second quarter. We're back in 30 seconds after this from Farmers Insurance. That's Austin Eckler on the sidelines after having scored the rushing touchdown. His 5th TD of the season, 1 or 2 on the ground now and 3 through the air. Cap a 75-yard drive in about 6.5 minutes. And here's Alex Erickson, who got drilled on a return in the first quarter. And Erickson stumbling forward and will be marked down right around the 25-yard line. Boy, the playoff picture has gotten really interesting after the first half of this day. Baltimore losing, Indianapolis a winner, Miami a winner, Tennessee a winner. And meanwhile, the Kansas City Chiefs have clinched the playoff spot.
That's what makes December football so much fun.
It really does. Some great games in the weeks coming up also.
This is Mixon. And Mixon out of bounds at about the 33-yard line.
So here we are into the second quarter, and this is just the second time that the Bengals have had the ball. The first drive they did well. Driscoll 3 of 3, 17 yards, managed things very well. Mixon did a nice job of running the ball. They got down there. They had to kick the field goal. Now all of a sudden, with the way you see the Chargers are moving the football, you start considering being more risky because you don't know how many opportunities you're going to have. So do you start going for maybe some 4th downs you wouldn't go for? Or?
Maybe. I think they just need to score. And where they're at right now, Mixon's running extremely well. Just keep your positive things going, and maybe your defense will come and show up for the game. And offense, they're doing their part. They had a nice drive for 3. Go get some more points.
So don't change things up now.
Not
don't
yet.
you know what?
Yet.
Okay.
Too early.
We know it's not as if the defense doesn't know that it's time for them to show up. Even Marvin Lewis saying, we know what we have to do. They just haven't been doing it. From the 43, Driscoll had it batted down at the line, looking to complete it to Mixon coming out of the backfield. Damian Square got a hand up.
Yeah, that's one of those passes. You just set your feet and go over the top. Kind of throws a little bit sidearm, flat-footed. And Joe Mixon, he has yards right there if you just complete the ball to him.
Well, Damian Square did a nice job. He tried. They had a twist going to that side, and once he realized he wasn't going to get to the quarterback and that Driscoll had stopped on a 3-step drop, he sat there and waited and tried to time out the jump. And as you said, Driscoll came back and dropped his arm trying to get a little check down, and Square was there. Actually fortunate it wasn't an interception.
On 2nd and 10, Mixon dragged down from behind. Looked like number 93 along with Jaleel Adai. 93 is Darius Philon. And there it is.
Well, right away, an incomplete pass and a negative run. You're where you don't. The Bengals cannot be in 3rd long and have a chance to win this ball game.
The Cincinnati team, the 2nd worst in the NFL on 3rd and 10 or more yards.
You got Ingram and Bosa lined up on the same side down here at the bottom of the screen.
Flags will fly on that one, and Driscoll over the middle, and that is complete to Tyler Boyd.
Ingram tried timing his rush, and I think it crossed into the neutral zone. That's what the flag's going to be.
Offside. Defense, number 54. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
He's the stand-up player.
Ooh, is that early?
That's a little early.
That's a little early.
There are some officiating calls that should just be gimmies. They're so obvious.
Yes.
It's just everybody knows.
I don't know. False starts on the Chargers are not that obvious.
3rd and 7. And a timeout call by the Bengals. Driscoll was directing traffic. Gets a timeout used, and we'll take a break. Back in half a minute after this from Lowe's. 12:21 to play in the first half. And Jeff Driscoll and the Bengals trying to keep the drive alive with a 3rd and 7 at their own 46. Driscoll throwing incomplete. Looked like Tyler Boyd was the intended receiver.
Well, the Chargers had 8 guys right at the line of scrimmage trying to confuse them with their protection. They only rushed 4, dropping 7 into coverage, and Driscoll trying to squeeze it in between 3 defenders. Not able to connect.
Yeah, it's a good thing that one was high, Trent, because that would have been picked off. I mean, that thing, Tyler Boyd was covered like a blanket.
Desmond King, number 2 punt returner in the NFL coming into this week. And we'll call for a fair catch and make the catch at about the 6-yard line. 12:08 to play, first half, 14-3 Chargers. 12 minutes, 8 seconds remaining. 3rd drive of the day for the Chargers, who had touchdowns on their first 2. And they start from their own 7 with Justin Jackson in the backfield. Justin Jackson with the handoff, and he is hit and driven back by Christian Ringo. The famous Beatles drummer.
Ringo with the great penetration on the backside. He gets across the face of Schofield. Actually, it was Tevy. He gets across the face-off, gets into the backfield, nowhere for Jackson to go.
And, you know, if anything, that's what you expect from this defensive line of Cincinnati.
Oh, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. Penetration, big plays.
Rivers throwing far side, and there is another fine defensive play, this time by number 22, William Jackson.
Jackson in press coverage outside, no block able to be applied. He gets onto Allen, and this is where the Bengals need to get the Chargers off the field. Now you've got them at 3rd and extra long. You've got them pinned down by their own end zone.
You saw Carlos Dunlap and Atkins come back into, Geno Atkins come back into the game on 3rd down.
They're at the 5. Rivers needs the 17 for a first down. From his own end zone, down the sideline. Oh, what a catch is made on the far side by Mike Williams. And it is ruled incomplete. There is a discussion about it on the far side of the field with the officials.
Well, the official that's down the line He's the one that
The
comes
ruling on the
running
field
in.
is an incomplete pass. 4th down.
The official that's up the field near midfield, he's the one that has the angle on that ball hitting the ground.
Looks like he lost a little bit. Ball moved and hit the ground. But don't know if he ever lost control. That'd be a tough one to win, I think. Tony.
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm with you, Coach. I don't think he ever lost control. But because of the way it was called on the field, I don't know if there's enough to overturn it. See how the ball hits the ground? Yep. He rolls over on top of it, and the ball's exposed.
And Anthony Lynn has thrown the challenge flag.
I just don't know, as you said, Coach, I just don't know if there's enough to overturn it.
Yeah, this year it seems like very, very few are getting
Los
overturned.
Angeles is challenging the ruling on the field of an incomplete pass.
So we'll take a break and try to figure out if there's enough to overturn this call.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Forevermark. Discover the Forevermark Tribute Collection at forevermark.com. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Lowe's.
Welcome back. Officials have determined that there was not enough to overturn the incomplete call. So this is Donnie Jones kicking out of his own end zone. Not a great kick. And it's going to roll to a stop short of midfield. Alex Erickson never got a chance to put his hands on the football. And so the Bengals are going to have really good field position to start this drive with 10:22 to play in the first half. On Tuesday, the Chargers partnered with California Resources Company to surprise students at Cesar Chavez Elementary School in Long Beach with new bicycles for the holidays. The bicycles were generously purchased by the Spanos family, the owner of the Chargers. A lot of comes early in some places.
A lot of coaches I know, when you get a quick change near midfield, you try and get a quick score on it.
Over the top right now. Yep. Yes, indeed. Especially inside the 50.
The clock winding down. Driscoll with the pass, and that's complete. That's to the tight end, C.J. Azama. And that'll be a pickup of about 6. It'll be 2nd and 4.
We keep talking about the strength of Driscoll's arm. They have yet to let him air it out.
Yeah,
everything's been pretty short.
You got John Ross, one of the fastest guys, and Tyler Boyd. Pretty soon, after this first down, you got to take a shot to the end zone.
If for nothing else, just to keep the defense honest.
Sure.
Giovanni Bernard is in the backfield. This is Bernard spinning his way inside the 35 to the 34, where Casey Hayward makes the stop.
Well, you know the way that the Chargers like to commit 8 to the box and stop the run, and they feel real confident with their corners. And if the Bengals are able to continue with the running the football the way they are, that'll set up those play action passes. You get the one-on-ones on the outside, and you can try and take advantage of that speed.
Yeah, surprisingly, because Gus Bradley, is playing 8-man box. They're running the ball really well.
On first down. Now at the LA 34. Driscoll, outside incomplete. John Ross was out there, misfire, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that's a poor throw by Jeff Driscoll. He's got John Ross wide open on a simple hitch route, and it looks like his footwork's just off, Trent, when he's trying to throw quick balls.
Look at how the quarterbacks are throwing the ball so far. 4 completions for Driscoll, just 23 yards. So, yeah, that's not exactly airing it out. There's Andy Dalton, finished for the rest of the season. The Bengals starting quarterback. And Driscoll, trying to run it, gets it to about the 31, where Joey Bosa makes the tackle. Joey Bosa, how happy were they, the Chargers, to get him back in action a few games ago?
Yeah, a lot. Adrian Phillips did a great job. He had the quarterback on that read option play and did a great job with it.
Yeah, Bosa makes a big difference for this defense, though, because you can rush for and not have to worry about blitzing when you got the combination of Bosa and Ingram. And he was worried, talking to Joey a couple days ago, he was worried with that foot whether or not he was going to be able to come back and play, and kept trying to stick with it, and 3 sacks in 3 games coming into today.
3rd and 7. And movement up front. Driscoll trying to get the snap before the play clock expired.
False start. Offense, number 68. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
That was the right tackle, Bobby Hart, who moved early.
Up at the top of your screen there. Hart's going to move a little bit early. So that's the thing right now. The Bengals just have such little room for error. You know, the incompletion on first down, it should have been an easy 6-yard completion, and then now here they are, 3rd and long.
Driscoll throwing it. It's complete inside the 20-yard line to Tyler Boyd for the first down.
Well, that's one thing, Trent. He'll throw the ball 15 to 20. He's got a strong arm. It's those short ones he struggles with, but great job, Tyler Boyd. Excellent receiver, and he's on the money with that one. If they can give him protection and throw the ball down the field, he can throw it down the field.
You talked about his footwork on the 3-step drop that he threw earlier, the hitch that was inaccurate. That time they were watching him stand firm in the pocket, step into his throw, and fire it. That was great fundamentals.
19 yards, a first down. Coming around is Alex Erickson, and Erickson to the 10, inside the 5, and down at about the 3-yard line. Jaleel Adai made the saving tackle, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Number 12, Erickson on your left. He comes in, he gets the ball going around to the outside, and you have to remember Erickson's their returner as well. So he gets in open space, he knows what to do with it, able to get 1st and goal.
This is Giovanni Bernard for a couple. He'll be marked down at the 2, so it'll be 1. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Coach, this is where I think you have to take advantage of Driscoll's athleticism and try and get him out in space, whether it be with an RPO, whether it be with an option, whether it be with something where you bootleg him or roll him out. Just take advantage of that speed and that size he has.
Speed and size, you know, empty and just use a quarterback run, quarterback power, and let him just push it in.
One area where the Bengals are really good is goal-to-go situations. 20 drives, 17 touchdowns. Mixon in the backfield. Mixon hit before he got to the line of scrimmage, forward to the 1.
Like you said, Trent, there's 9 guys up there. The quarterback's the guy that can give you the extra runner and somebody else block, so you can block all those guys.
Yeah, that was James coming off the edge. Derwin James, and he should have been blocked. He just took the inside gap. Sometimes he guesses, and he guesses right a lot of times. He was aggressive with that because he left that outside open. He shot that inside gap and got contact before he could even get going.
So he goes to the sideline. Sam Hubbard is in the backfield as a blocking back for the Bengals. Driscoll, chase, escapes Bosa, looking, and dives to the end zone for the touchdown.
That's where that athleticism comes into play. There was no way. There's not many quarterbacks in the league that are going to get away from Bosa.
No.
With Bosa staying home and having contain on the backside, and Driscoll was able to step through it.
He's more than fast. He's big, strong, and fast. Pulled right through that like it was nothing. Put it down, make one miss, stretch out, touchdown.
By the way, this is Jeff Driscoll's 2nd career start. It's his 3rd rushing touchdown. That knee down prior to the goal line.
The knee down, but is he contacted? Is there contact with him before the ball breaks the plane? No contact yet. The knee's down, ball's touching the plane. You can see it hitting the white just as he's getting touched.
Yeah, that's a touchdown.
I think that stays a touchdown. I'm with you, Coach.
So they're going to review this, of course, as all scores are. No contact there, not until the scene at the goal line. They'll take a look, we'll take a break. Welcome back. They have overturned the touchdown call, and we bring in Gene Steratore for his thoughts. Gene?
This is very interesting, and we did talk about this in the preseason with the NFL when they started talking about a runner giving himself up other than a quarterback sliding feet first. What we were told by the NFL was if a player is giving himself up going forward, once his knee is down, touched or untouched, the ball will be declared dead at that spot. That is what New York decided, and now we have 4th and goal at the half-yard line.
Okay, don't go anywhere, Gene. We're going to get some movement at the line of scrimmage. What's the difference between giving yourself up and diving for a first down or a touchdown?
Offense.
It's a great question, Trent.
5-yard penalty.
And what we did discuss during our seminar and having that discussion with the officiating department, that was the direct question asked by a lot of officials and a few coaches. One, I think, that's sitting pretty close to you right now in the press
yes,
box.
He is.
This could be the dumbest interpretation of a rule in the history of the football game.
All right, Gene, thank you very much. There was a false start, and it has backed the Bengals up.
I mean, literally, that's the dumbest interpretation of a rule I've ever heard.
You think
He wasn't
Driscoll's
giving
giving himself up? He
No,
didn't
he's
want to score
scoring.
the touchdown? That's crazy.
23-yard field goal attempt is good. And so all of the discussion and fallout certainly affects the Cincinnati Bengals, who have to settle for 3. Let's take another look at this. I don't know.
So the rule is, if you're giving yourself, he's trying to score a touchdown here. He's not. He's trying to protect himself while scoring the touchdown.
Yeah, he's not giving himself up. He's trying to score. I mean, that's not out on the field of play and diving and stopping and giving up. No, he's scoring a touchdown, which he did. Should be a 14-10 game.
So part of the job of the official is to interpret what the intent of the player is.
Exactly.
Right? That
And
doesn't.
we've never ever wanted to have to officiate intent, and we put it right back in the game.
.5:01 to play in the first half. 41-yard drive that finishes with 3 points on the board, and the Bengals, especially on the road and against one of the better teams in the AFC, looking for more than that. Travis Benjamin from the goal line. Benjamin trying to get outside, and he is run out of bounds by number 16, Cody Core. Well, the Denver Broncos and Atlanta Falcons met up in Super Bowl 33 in Miami. John Elway threw 1 touchdown pass, ran for a second TV. The Broncos won 34-19. Elway, Super Bowl MVP, and look who his teammate was that day. Current Chargers head coach Anthony Lynn, who celebrated the win. All of this is to remind you all, CBS proud to bring you Super Bowl 53 on February 3rd in Atlanta, 8 weeks from tonight.
Well, after seeing John Elway dive for the end zone, I think he was giving himself up.
And
he wasn't. Oh, boy.
Rivers over the middle. Tipped and incomplete. Nick Vigil got a hand on it.
Well, those are the ones you got to. Phillip Rivers gives you one you can get. You cannot miss him because he'll make you pay if you drop one.
You know, Nick Vigil is one of those guys we were talking to about that Bengals locker room, and he's just in agreement. They should be doing better than they are.
Yes, indeed.
Well, it's a matter of missed assignments. It's a matter of giving up those big plays. It's just the discipline of it. And right now, everybody's trying to do too much. Sometimes that leaves open the gaps, and that's what's been hurting them and giving up the big plays.
On 2nd and 10, Rivers. Little pass over the middle, and that tackle is made on Tyrell Williams. Melanie.
Well, Greg, when Jeff Driscoll came off the field, Andy Dalton was one of the first people to pat him on the back. I was able to catch up with Dalton pregame, and he said the surgery on the torn ligaments in his throwing hand went well. He has a brace on it, but he said he feels good, and his role going forward will just be to support Jeff Driscoll in any way that he can. He's down here on the bench today as a second set of eyes, and he said he just told Jeff to be himself and play his game. He said he knows what he's doing, he prepares the right way, and I'm just here to support him and help him in any way I can, Greg.
Thank you, Melanie. Jeff Driscoll told us that he prepares the exact same way as he did when he wasn't starting. Here's Rivers. On 3rd and 10, lofts it up deep. Eckler making the dive for it, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers did a great job of reading the blitz, bought himself a little time moving to the right, and if he could have just set his feet a little bit more, he had an easy touchdown.
Got checked to the right play, checked to the right matchup.
You know, correct me if I'm wrong, these Bengals look like they have a little bit more spring in their step.
Yeah, I think Marvin might have had a really good talk with the defensive unit after those first 2 drives.
Alex Erickson deep for the punt. At his own 30. And overwhelmed by Chargers chasing the football. And we have a penalty marker way back near the line of scrimmage.
As a head coach, when you see a guy start going backwards, you're like, uh-oh.
Oh, it's never good. It's never good.
Illegal formation. Offense. Number 42 was not on the line of scrimmage. Cincinnati is elected to re-kick after the 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
So the Bengals feel like they'll get better field position out of this if they make the Chargers kick it again.
Yeah, that's always a tough one. You got it on the 35, you get the 5-yard added on, you're up on the 40. That's pretty good field position.
That's not counting all the other variables. You can drop the punt. You can
the big thing now is don't get a penalty. All right, you got what you want. You're going to have them re-kick. You should get it inside the 40, but don't have a penalty.
And they're taking their good time getting this all sorted out, and now we're about ready. Donnie Jones will try it again, and Erickson at about his own 45. And he drifts back inside his own 35. He eludes the first tackler and gets a little running room and across the 45 to about the 46-yard line. So good field position for the Cincinnati Bengals. Gives us a moment to remind you, tonight on CBS, can a friend's suggestion bring a father and son together? New God Friended Me tonight after 60 minutes, only CBS. So obviously what we're looking for on this series of downs is whether or not this Bengals revival on offense is a fluke or if it's something very real today.
Yeah, just continue with Jeff Driscoll. Short passes and his legs.
I still want him to take a shot, though, Coach. At some point in time on this drive, I'd like to take a shot.
This is Joe Mixon. And Mixon going nowhere as the Charger defense closed in a hurry. Jatavis Brown and Adrian Phillips.
Well, that's twice they've tried the wide zone play and have lost yards. It's been a negative play every time they've run it. And they're more successful with him getting north and south quicker, especially out of shotgun where Driscoll's a threat.
Just a lot of speed on that Chargers defense to try and go sideline to sideline with it. It almost plays right into their hand.
Loss of a yard on the play, 2nd and 11. Driscoll under pressure, and he's going down, courtesy of Joey Bosa.
I don't know what was supposed to happen on the play, but nobody blocked Joey Bosa.
Well, Bosa's going to be coming off the edge here. Mixon's going to come up and block him, but then he releases and goes to the. I'm trying to figure out why he did what he did. Watch, he's in the way, and then he just kind of gave him a little wing.
I think the right tackle was supposed to stay on him, and he just let him go.
I saw Mixon go that way, and I was like, oh, he's going to pick it up, and then he just flipped his arm out.
And there are some guys you just shouldn't let go.
Right.
And Driscoll just had to bounce that one off the turf. So no momentum to be regained on that possession for Cincinnati.
No, and you got to kick it away to Phillip Rivers with the timeout in 2:13. So
timeout, 2-minute warning. He's got plenty of time.
Yeah, 2 great defensive stops, and then their offense gets great field position and loses 8 yards.
So now
yards.
Kevin Huber needs some good distance on this one. Desmond King, the dangerous punt returner, is deep. And he'll corral this one. Penalty marker flies at the 15-yard line. And he goes down at the 15. There's a marker on the play, thrown even before the football reached Desmond King. The conversation. Hussey checks the numbers.
During the kick, holding, receiving team number 29. That penalty will be enforced from the end of the kick, half the distance to the goal, 1st down.
That penalty is on Jeff Richards, the defensive back. And this has been Austin Eckler so far today. And Boy, he's just an impressive young runner.
Well, he's taken full advantage of his opportunity with Melvin Gordon being hurt. He's already got 81 yards of total offense, 53 on the ground, 23 catching the football, and just his athleticism and what he's able to do with the low center of gravity. He likes catching the ball out in space. He's a great weapon for Phillip Rivers.
Last play before the 2-minute warning. Quick pass over the middle. That is complete to Antonio Gates. And with that, the 2-minute warning hits. And with that, we take a special look at Clint Eastwood's The Mule in theaters on Friday.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the new Wendy's Bacon Maple Chicken Sandwich. And by The Mule, starring Clint Eastwood, in theaters this Friday.
A look at scenic Venice, California. 1:56 to play here in the first half. The Chargers with a 14-6 lead and the ball at their own 15-yard line, 2nd and 1. Rivers tipped again at the line and incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 1. This Los Angeles team stalled here in the second quarter, as we remind you, coming up with the Verizon Halftime Report. JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, and Coach. Scores and highlights. A lot happening today, all coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report. In the first quarter, the Chargers had 155 total yards, just 12 here in the second quarter.
The Bengals defensive line doing a good job because Phillip Rivers doesn't get a lot of balls batted down.
Well, and who Rivers is going at is right there with Eckler on 59 Vigil is trying to cover Eckler. They had him on a drag underneath.
Under pressure. Dragged down at the 6-yard line. Carlos Dunlap. Sack number 8 on the season.
Well, these are the guys that need to step up. We've talked about where is Dunlap, where's Geno Atkins, where's Michael Johnson, where are their big playmakers, and they've showed up today.
Where have these guys been all season?
Right, that's the thing.
That was a total miscommunication between the right guard and the right tackle. They're looking at each other going, you had him, no, you had him. They just let him split him.
So the Bengals have taken a timeout to stop the clock at 1:44. They have 1 timeout remaining, as do the Chargers.
Well, and as we came back from that last commercial, we saw the team doctor or trainer doing something, looking at the right shoulder of Driscoll. We'll have to keep an eye on it this series.
Alex Erickson in midfield. And picks it up at the 44. And moves the ball back to about the 35-yard line. Excellent field position for the Bengals. And a reminder, once again, the Verizon Halftime Report upcoming with JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, and the coach for all the latest NFL scores and highlights, the Verizon Halftime Report. And we have a Charger down on the field. And being looked at, that's Kyle Emanuel. You know, we've talked about this all weekend, the way the injuries have hit the Cincinnati Bengals, and it's just, you know, the luck of the draw. It hit some teams worse than others. It has really hit the Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, it really has. Most of their playmakers. But when you look at this, the Los Angeles Chargers, they're missing 3 guys up the middle of their defense right now. Denzel Perryman, Corey Legit, and Brandon Mebane. So, I mean, everybody's got injuries. Mm-hmm. But for the Bengals, they've lost their stars, and that's the hardest part.
Stars on offense.
Yes.
And Andy Dalton, Giovanni Bernard, although he's playing today, he's missed 4 games this year. Mixon missed time. A.J. Green is gone for the season. A fine tight end in Tyler Eifert.
Yeah, 2 of their biggest weapons.
So the Bengals from the 35 with 1 timeout. And they're going to run it. And this is Mixon for about 3.
They're trying to protect him, Trent. We got to get a touchdown here and make this a game.
Going to run it again. And this time he plows his way to within a yard of first down yardage as we come up on 1:05 to play. This looks like a giant setup for a field goal.
Well, you're 3rd-and-1. You still got a minute and a timeout, so there's plenty of time. But you would like to see get the first down and let's get moving and throw the football some.
He's going to run it again. And this time he breaks through and inside the 15-yard line.
Now I'd go up and spike it, save that timeout if you can.
Or
you're wasting valuable time.
You should have a play called and be able to. That's.
Well, they're changing personnel.
Well, his shoe came off, so he had to come out. Play barefooted.
Mixon off. Bernard comes on the field. On first down, Driscoll throwing. That's complete.
Oh, get out.
And Cody Core.
Coach him up, Trent.
Get out of bounds. What's he doing? Come on.
All of a sudden,
I love it.
I suddenly have two coaches next to me here in the booth.
I'm yelling, get out of bounds. Coach is like, just play with your sock. Oh, boy.
But still plenty of time.
And the one timeout in your pocket.
Yeah, you can still run the football.
Obviously, they're intent. 6-yard line, 2nd and 3. Mixon is back into the lineup. Driscoll throwing. That's a touchdown to a wide open John Ross.
Really good job by Bill Lazor. That's a heck of a drive to end this half for him. Going for 2.
So here he is on the outside. He's just going to work underneath. Watch how they set the layers up. The Chargers get back defensively. And watch Driscoll as he drops back. He keeps his eyes. He keeps his patience. The Chargers are only rushing 4, so dropping 7 into coverage.
That's
Easy pitch and catch.
Always been a great play against Gus Bradley's defenses. You said trips to the right and then run 2 crossers. They only have one guy to pick up the crosser.
Bernard in the backfield as they go for 2. Driscoll for Bernard, and Bernard cut down at the 5-yard line by that young man, Derwin James.
Well, it's good thing going for 2, but I don't think I'd go anywhere near Derwin James. I mean, he's going to make his tackle. If it's a play designed to get it back one-on-one, get it on somebody else because he's not going to miss.
History has not been on the side of the Bengals when it comes to 2-point conversions.
No, but really, that's a great second quarter for the Bengals. It looked like it was all over in the first quarter. Well, then their defense shows up. They get a couple scores.
That's a long time to go between 2-point conversions, Trent.
That is a long time to go. But back to Coach's point, the fact is the Chargers started off hot. They had their first 2 drives, go down, get touchdowns. Cincinnati, yes, their opening drive, they got the field goal, but it was just it looked like kind of what everybody predicted coming into this game. But Cincinnati's defense picked it up the last few series. Their offense got some things going. This is a much closer game than a lot of people anticipated, and the Chargers are going to have I'm sure Anthony Lynn's going to have a few things to say at halftime.
Yeah, everybody was thinking it was a trap game, and they came out like, no, we've got this covered. But you can fall back into the trap game after it gets real easy.
Desmond King shakes a tackler and comes out across the 30-yard line before being brought down at about the 31 or 32.
He's amazing. He can make more guys miss without that much speed.
And we have a Bengal having a tough time getting off the field at about the 34-yard line. That's Mark Walton.
Yeah, he had the clean shot on King.
In fact, it was the referee, John Hussey, pointing out the injured Bengal to the sideline.
But yeah, Trent, like we were talking, I mean, you come out and have a big first quarter, you fall right into the trap.
So you start buying into it, right?
You lose all your emotion.
Well, here, Rivers, I think you can use, with the one timeout in your pocket, if you want to get a big chunk down the middle of the field, you just tell your guy, if you catch it, you get down right away so we can call a timeout. Don't go running around trying to set something up.
Yep, get yourself a chance for the Hail Mary.
So Rivers and the Chargers will be going to work on this 3 consecutive 3-and-outs in their last 3 possessions. They have a timeout and 10 seconds on the clock. On the crossing pattern, complete and out of bounds at the 42 is Travis Benjamin. 4 seconds on the clock.
I think this might be just a little too far for Phillip to get the ball into the end zone on the Hail Mary.
Well, you know, there's always that Miami Dolphins playbook.
Yeah, that's a play you used in the last fourth quarter. You don't want that thing getting picked up and run back for a touchdown before the half.
That is the Chargers' first down of this second quarter. You're talking about that hot start. Hasn't translated to terrific second quarter play. Rivers, sideline and out of bounds. Did he get out before the clock expired? He did. Keenan Allen with 1 second.
You and I are both looking at each other, Coach. I don't know about that.
That's good playing at home, brother.
That's a 3-second play with the drop, back shoulder throw, 2 steps out of bounds. Hey, they got a shot.
Now he can reach the end zone.
Yep.
You guys are such cynics. Such cynics. Last play of the half. Eckler alongside, Rivers in the backfield. Penalty marker down. Rivers brought down. And they'll get a chance to replay this one.
Yeah.
Offside. Defense, number 73. Correction, number 75. By rule, the half will be extended for 1 untimed down.
So we'll do it again, this time a little bit closer.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to be the guy. You know it's going to be a hard count. It's the last play of the half. You stay onside. You don't give them a free one. And Jordan Willis was the guy. I mean, you just can't make that mistake.
And here is Michael Badgley, who has a long of 46 this season.
And there's nobody back for the Bengals.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. See if the Bengals had somebody back to try and return it.
We get a whistle before the snap. And the Bengals use that third and final timeout.
Final charge timeout. Cincinnati.
You know, here's the thing. We talked to them about falling into a trap game, right? We talked to Coach Lynn about that, and he said, listen, we've had our own situation a few weeks ago with Denver where they ended up losing that game. And then you look at last week's game where the Giants go in and beat the Bears when the Bears could possibly have been looking ahead to their game against the Rams this week. So
this is a 59-yard field goal attempt. If successful, it would represent a Chargers record.
Well, Coach Marvin Lewis called timeout. Now they do have a guy back. And be careful, this doesn't go back for 109 yards.
That's Darius Phillips in the end zone. Badgley from 59. How about that?
That had room to spare. Wow.
Anybody want to talk about the importance of that 5-yard penalty?
Well, that's the thing with the way that kick was. I don't even know if they needed the 5-yard penalty. He could have made it that distance.
That hit the net.
On the last play of the first half, the Bengals thanks to Michael Badgley.
That's that undisciplined penalty that gave him that field goal.
And the Bengals will go to the locker room down 12. It's the end of the first half, or down 5. It is a 17-12 lead for the Chargers. Halftime is next after these first half highlights from Verizon and a word from your local station.
Want to stay up to date? Hey Siri, show me football scores.
Welcome back to Carson, California, everyone. Get set for the second half, 17-12. Chargers in the lead for the Bengals. One thing is for certain, the message seems to have gotten through to the Cincinnati Bengals that they do have talent and they do need to play hard.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt head coach Marvin Lewis had to come to Jesus meeting at the end of the first quarter with his defense, and they're playing right now.
This is Erickson, and Erickson slips as he tried to turn the corner, gets up, and then goes back down again as he crosses the 25-yard line. First half numbers tell an awful lot, Trent, because the Chargers were red hot in the first quarter, not so much in the second.
Well, yeah, completely different teams on both ways. Coach just talked about Cincinnati's defense, and when you talk about the offense of the Chargers, I think they need to get back to that once they get the ball back. But I was impressed with how Driscoll managed things. I'd like to see him push it down the field more, but right now their game plan is to go short passes, control things with the run game. and when they get their scoring opportunities, take advantage of it.
Yeah, keep hammering Joe Mixon.
Speaking of Mixon, he is in the backfield with Driscoll. Play fake to him. The short pass to Uzama. And Uzama across the 30, and we check in with Melanie.
Well, guys, I spoke with Marvin Lewis first, and he said, hey, we started to get something going there in the second quarter. We just need to continue to execute defensively and compete for a full 60 minutes. I asked him about the overturned touchdown and his thoughts on that, and he kind of just grinned and shook his head and said, it's better if I don't share my thoughts. Then I spoke with Anthony Lynn, and he said, we just need to get back to running the football because that's what was working so well for us in the first quarter, guys.
Melanie, thank you. Pickup of 7 on that play, 2nd and 3. And
full start. Offense, number 68. 5-yard penalty.
And Bobby
second
Hart
down.
for the second time today.
Yeah, those are the things that just kill you. You come out, you make a nice, safe call, get 7 or 8 yards on a tight end screen, come right back and get a false start to put you back in 2nd and long. And the guys around Jeff Driscoll, they got to help him. They can't come out and make bonehead plays like that.
So they back it up, and it's 2nd and 8. And Mixon fighting his way out close to the 35-yard line. They'll milk him down at the 34. Jeff Driscoll had a, you called it managing it well. Do quarterbacks hate being called a good manager of a game?
I don't know why quarterbacks hate it. There's a lot that do. I never had a problem with that, understanding what you have. It's... Would you like, listen, every quarterback wants to throw it 50 times and throw it down the field and everything else, but manage things well. Keep your team in a position to where they can win a football game, and that's exactly what Jeff Driscoll did throughout the first half.
On 3rd and 2, they're going to give it to Mixon, and Mixon looks like he's right at that first down marker at the 36-yard line. Let's see where they spot the ball. And we're going to measure it. Let's say he's short.
Well, if I'm Marvin Lewis and I got that big, strong quarterback, I'm running the quarterback sneak. I'm going for it. I'm telling my team we're coming here to win.
Come on, Coach. A 5-point game this early in the second half.
Heck
You
yeah.
go for it right
Heck
there?
Yeah. The way things have been going the last
like
few
it.
weeks, you've got to show some aggressiveness.
Well, let's see. Here we go.
Now, if you and I were playing quarterback, we're kicking it.
Right.
So they are going to line up and go for it.
Get the small guys off the field, bring a couple more tight ends.
Make 3 in all.
Remember, Chargers, no Mebane, no legit in the middle.
Mixon in the backfield. Mixon with the handoff. Trying to spin out of there, and he's not going to get there.
Well, that's the last thing I'm going to do is hand it 5 yards deep for 6 inches when I got that big quarterback.
Nowhere to go for Mixon. The ball goes over to the Chargers. So the 4th down call didn't work. Plenty of reason to be skeptical, not about the decision, but about the play that was chosen.
No doubt. I love the decision. I just did not like the call at all.
This is Austin Eckler trying the left side and chased down by Carlos Dunlap. And you were mentioning, Coach, the size of the quarterback and Jeff Driscoll.
Yeah, you need 6 inches. The last thing I think you want to do is go sideways with your offensive line. You want them going straight ahead. They got a great Darius Philbin got great penetration on the backside, so force a hard cut back. And
well, I'm Phillip
now the
Rivers.
defense.
Well, if I'm Phillip Rivers, I step in there and I say, "You freaking kidding me? These guys are going for it in our territory. We got to go down and get a touchdown. I don't want to get a field goal. I want to get a touchdown. Try and set the tone."
He has 2nd and 9, and he gave this to Eckler, and here's Eckler inside the 30 to about the 26-yard line, brought down by Jesse Bates. First half possessions for the Chargers, they started out like a house of fire. Finished off with a field goal, but in between there wasn't much production. This one's brought to a stop by Carlos Dunlap.
Well, now they have a decision to make.
Yeah,
I think you go ahead and kick the field goal, though,
I
at this
would
point.
too.
Yeah.
Carlos Dunlap came on the field just with a lot of energy, getting everybody going. Let's hold them. Really good job of leadership by him on this drive, defending, the short field.
There is no field goal unit on the field for the Chargers.
Well, first off, don't jump off sides. We saw how that worked out for the Bengals at the end of the first half. So don't jump off sides, and all of a sudden you can make Marvin Lewis's decision to go for it on fourth down really smart if you're able to get this.
Eckler pushing his way across the 25-yard line for a Charger first down.
Well, that's the difference between the two play calls on short yardage. They wedge blocked everybody, and Eckler's got that great strength. He just pushed the pile where the Bengals zone blocked and loud penetration.
See everybody blocked down there. Left the edges open. That's why Vigil was clean coming off the outside.
10:52 to play. Andrew Billings still on his back. We'll take a break.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by E-Trade, the original place to invest online. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing. And by Pizza Hut, official pizza sponsor of the NFL.
Oh, Bengals and Chargers fans sharing the same seating area. Nice that everybody can get along.
Set. We're okay. We're okay. Stay down.
First down. Rivers to this side of the field, and a nice catch made by Derek Watt on a low throw. By the way, Andrew Billings was helped off the field. He's been replaced by the rookie Niles Scott, number 69.
Yeah, they were trying to get Austin Eckler up the sideline, and Nick Vigil did a heck of a job of cutting him off at the pass, not letting him run by him.
On 2nd and 8. Eckler. And Eckler looked like he was about to break through until Niles Scott grabbed him and dragged him down.
And really what the Bengals are trying to do defensively, they've been going to a lot of quarters coverage, keeping everything in front of them and forcing Rivers to throw underneath or checking to the run and not giving up that big play. That time right before the snap, Williams came running down on the snap of the ball to give it that 8-man box, and the cutback just wasn't there.
You see how potent the Chargers have been on their first possessions of the second half this season. 3rd and 6 now.
They definitely want a touchdown out of this short field, that's for sure.
Play clock down to 2. Got the snap off, and Rivers with a deep drop. Rivers on the run. Now throws, and caught by Tyrell Williams.
Tyrell Williams was as shocked as anybody. He was going to turn and block for Phillip Rivers, and Phillip flips it out at the last second.
And got enough for the first down, so they're now inside the 15-yard line and on the move.
That's a great job by Phillip Rivers knowing his limabilities. I'm not going to make this.
Getting those limitations, hey, you gotta be realistic, and yeah, he wasn't going to get the first down running.
Eckler. Not much there at all. You saw that interesting note on the graphic that we just flashed. 10 first downs for the Chargers in the first quarter, 4 since then.
Yeah, those 2 opening drives were outstanding, both 75-yard drives, and then they had 3 consecutive 3-and-outs prior to getting that field goal at the end of the half. So good adjustments by the Bengals defensively, and now with the great field position, the Chargers are trying to capitalize to start off this second half.
Saw Melvin Gordon along the Chargers sideline. What a weapon he is that's being missed by the Chargers. Although the substitution help has been formidable. Rivers. Behind Eckler coming out of the backfield. It'll be 3rd and 9. Melanie.
Well, Greg, just an injury update for Bengals nose tackle Andrew Billings. He walked off the field under his own power, and he was kind of bending over down here left and right. The athletic trainer was stretching him out, but from what I could see, it looked like he kind of tweaked his lower back, but his helmet is back on. He's back on the sideline and looks good to return.
Thanks, Melanie. So it's a 3rd and 9 at the 13-yard line. Rivers looking left, now changes direction on the move this way, throws end zone, incomplete. At the goal line, intended for number 81, Mike Williams, and covered by Kavari Russell.
Phillips going to have to get some oxygen over on the sideline. That's more running than he's done in about 3 games put together.
And I'm not so sure that was going to Williams. I think it was going to the other Williams in the back corner, 16, Tyrell Williams.
That's a
just Mike Williams is 6'4", so he jumped up and thought it was for him.
They're always for me, right?
Right.
Badgley from 31 yards. And the Bengals are able to hold the Chargers to 3. 7:38 to play in the third, 20-12. 5 minutes, 6 seconds for that 22-yard, 11-play drive. And Badgley's 31-yard field goal has the Chargers up 20-12. Erickson at his 5-yard line. Breaking to the outside, coming back inside, and comes up short of the 30-yard line. So once again, a look at that AFC playoff race. Kansas City a winner today and clinching a playoff spot. New England losing, Houston losing. Pittsburgh, last we saw, on the short end of a score at Oakland. Meanwhile, the Chargers looking to go 10-3, and what a shakeup in that playoff picture we could have by the end of the day.
Well, the Bengals defense did a great job holding them to 3. Now they get this offense going again.
Driscoll flips it out here to Mixon. Takes a tackler head on. That was Adrian Phillips.
Well, we finally saw the big play action. They were trying to get one over the top, and just some edge pressure coming off of that right side forced Driscoll to slide over and take his eyes off of downfield and hit the dump off.
Trent, let me correct something. The Pittsburgh Steelers have rallied to take the lead, but Ben Roethlisberger, having been hit hard, is on the bench at the moment for the Steelers. 2nd and 2. Giovanni brought to a halt by Derwin James. This young man is some football player.
Yeah, when he gets on the end of the line of scrimmage, you have to account for him. He is just so fast. He closed that because there was a big hole there, and nobody blocked him. And well, he's dynamic.
Well, I mean, lines up everywhere. He makes plays. The last play, he was up at the line of scrimmage, and before Driscoll snapped it, he ran back and had the deep middle. He ran back 25 yards as the ball was snapped. That time he stayed on the edge and came off the edge.
On 3rd and 2, quick little pitch, and going forward for the first down is Mixon.
Bill Lazier's doing a really good job of trying to get Joe Mixon out in space and getting him the football because he's powerful. He's also extremely fast, as you saw him run over Adrian Phillips earlier.
You know, when you're talking about Derwin James and his versatility and the things that he does and his instincts, it kind of remind you a little bit of Ed Reed.
And much bigger and more physical. It's kind of a combination of Troy Polamalu and Ed Reed.
About 5.5 to play, the third. Driscoll throwing. It is intended for Uzama.
Uzama came up with the catch.
My goodness. Yeah. How did he hold on? We have a player down back at the 32-yard line, and that is Darius Philon. But he is up and walking slowly off the field. Here's Uzama.
You're running that seam and you see that ball coming, you just hold your breath. Great job of holding on to it. He knew he was going to get hit on contact, on completion, and boy, great job of holding on that football.
Well, and that's the way the rule change. I direct that to the rule change about being able to hit because that was always in the history of the game. That was you go hit that tight end up high where the ball is. You disconnect the receiver with the football, knock it loose. But now those are penalties, so guys are going lower. So the guys Uzama that time, excellent concentration, strong hands, bringing it in and.
Cincinnati right tackle Bobby Hart has gone to the sideline. He's been replaced by Andre Smith on first down. The pitch from Mixon. And Mixon inside the 35 to about the 33. We were talking about Derwin James and how active that he's been.
It's just amazing for a rookie to be able to do that many things. Gus Bradley's done a great job. He's obviously a very bright player to be able to play that many positions as a rookie.
Well, we asked him earlier this season when we had him in our production meeting and said, how do you like playing around? He says, well, that's what I've always done. I didn't know they were going to let me do it this early in my NFL career. They're giving me a lot of freedom to play a bunch of different spots, so he's very comfortable doing that.
Driscoll had to throw it away. He was under the gun from Desmond King. We go down to Melanie.
Well, Greg, you guys have been talking about Derwin James, and according to him, he's played every position on the Chargers defense except middle linebacker and nose tackle. He's been at strong safety about 50% of the time, free safety 40%, and then the other 10% has been split between outside corner, nickel corner, defensive end, edge rusher, strong side linebacker, and weak side linebacker. And he told me he recently started working on his pass rushing skills with defensive line coach Giff Smith.
He's kind of amazed that he does all that. Maybe he doesn't realize not everyone gets to do that. 3rd and 7. Driscoll. Tipped as it went over the middle, incomplete. Intended for John Ross. And Driscoll staying on the field on 4th and 7.
He dropped his arm a little bit. Did you see his throwing angle? Instead of coming up over the top, he dropped it a little bit, trying to hit that cross route. It's the second time today. When you try and hit that underneath route, sometimes you have to get it up over the top of those linemen so they can't get a hand on it as the Bengals decide to go for it on 4th.
Yeah, he really stares it down, and the linemen get to see it and get in the throwing lane.
They need the 27-yard line for a first down. Play clock down to 5. And whistles and flags. And they're going to get backed up another 5 yards.
False start. Offense, number 53. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Penalty is on the rookie center, Billy Price, and that will bring the punting unit on.
Yeah, you got to punt the football now. You can't give the Chargers another short field.
Middle of the rocks back on his heels.
So Desmond King back at his own 10-yard line. As Kevin Huber will try to pin the Chargers deep. It will be caught and down at the 4-yard line by Alex Erickson. Good special teams play by Cincinnati. 20-12 Chargers.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Kay Jewelers. For all the moments, for love, forever. And by Progressive Insurance, handing off big savings to you.
Photos from the Freezer Bowl, the 81 AFC Championship game between the Chargers and the Bengals. Minus 37-degree wind chill. From his end zone, Rivers throwing off the hands of his intended receiver, Mike Williams. It'll be 2nd down. Minus 37 degrees. That is of interest only to people in Banff.
You don't even like it when it's 60.
That's right.
Yeah, they changed it with the new equations. It used to be 59 below.
Yeah, today here in Southern California, 72 degrees. A little bit of a difference.
Which I'm glad.
Yes, indeed.
Which I'm glad, yes.
Rivers on 2nd and 10. Looks left, throws left, and that time the back shoulder pass is complete to Williams.
The Bengals going a little more man-to-man since they started playing better defense. A little bit short of the first down. Great throw by Phillip Rivers.
That's probably about the fourth time today they've tried getting that matchup over on the sideline. Sometimes it's Denard, sometimes it's Jackson, but with Williams being a 6'4" target, put it high into the outside. That time able to bring it in.
Justin Jackson, and Jackson with the first down out across the 15-yard line. Trent, you're talking about your familiarity with that young man. You team him with Austin Eckler and Melvin Gordon. The Chargers appear to be very nicely set for a while at the running back spot.
They are, and they're all different styles of runner. There's Melvin Gordon right there. He's a bigger physical guy, but when you get him in the open field, he can take it the distance. Eckler, obviously, with his size and stature and strength, he's a great receiver out of the backfield, but has shown to be a very effective runner. And then Justin Jackson getting an opportunity a week ago has proven that he adds another dimension to the run game as well.
Rivers in the flat. This is Jackson, and Jackson wrestled down at about the 21-yard line by Jordan Evans as we duck under 2.5 to play here in the third. It's funny, as we talked with Phillip Rivers and talking about the season that he's had, not a lot of guys are around for a 15th season, and he appears to be having as much fun as ever.
Yeah, you know, he didn't have surgery after last year, and he talked about it. He's the healthiest he's been in 8-9 years, and it really shows.
This is Jackson again. And Jackson pushes his way to the 23-yard line. And congratulations to Phillip, he and his wife expecting their 9th.
It was really funny talking to him. It was his grandfather, 7 girls and 2 boys on 9, and it his mom or dad,
right.
7 girls and 2 boys. So now they're going to have 7 girls and 2 boys. That's an omen, brother.
Yeah, that sounds like voodoo stuff. I don't want to get into that. 3rd and 1. Rivers has Jackson switch sides, and he's going to throw for it. Looking left and throwing. Incomplete. William Jackson covering Keenan Allen on the play.
Well, they went after Jackson once again in man-to-man, this time with Keenan Allen. See, Jackson was in great coverage, but just the confidence that Rivers has in Allen to come back and get that ball. Nice pass breakup for the Bengals.
So Donnie Jones to kick it away. Alex Erickson is deep.
Another good defensive series for the Bengals. 1-score game.
Erickson let it bounce, and it rolls out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. And decent field position once again for the Cincinnati Bengals on offense. So the schedule's remaining. Kansas City home 3 out of 4 games, on the road at Seattle. And the Chargers traveling to Kansas City and Denver and home to Baltimore. All kinds of things happening beginning Thursday night.
That should be a barn burner Thursday night.
So here are the Bengals. And this is Mixon. And Mixon, what a workhorse he has been. That's his 17th carry today, as he's at about 75 yards rushing.
I like the call, too. I like him going more downhill. He's a downhill guy. They've had so many negative plays on that outside zone play they've tried. You can hit a big one, but you usually lose too many negative ones. And with a young quarterback, you don't want to put him in those negative situations. That's 2nd and 6. You can do a lot of things now.
Well, I enjoyed talking to him yesterday also. He was talking about the accountability all the players have to have, the veteran players, the young players. It's on everybody's shoulders to get this thing turned around.
Driscoll to throw on 2nd and 6, and that is complete diving catch made by Tyler Boyd.
Again, you got him thinking run. You take the 6-7 step drop, and he is very, very good at 15 to 18 yards down the field. Powerful arm.
And that will be the final play of the third quarter. We've played 3 here at StubHub. And we're back after this. As we start the fourth, along with our producer Ken Mack, our director Jim Cornell, Greg Gumbel, Trent Green, Bruce Arians, Melanie Collins, and the rest of our crew. 20-12, the Chargers looking for win number 10 on the season, and Cincinnati being pretty stubborn about it. First down at the Charger 44. Mixon going to change direction and go the other way. Gets a block. Little stutter step. It's not going to get him any yardage. In fact, he'll lose some. That was Melvin Ingram playing it perfectly.
Appeared to be a halfback pass.
I was going to say, it almost looked like
he was trying to sell it. He kept giving ground, and corners were not fooled, and it was not there, and Joe tried to make something out of it. Being quarterback, he should have thrown it away. Running backs don't like throwing it away, though.
Loss of 3, 2nd and 13. Driscoll on the money. Cody Core with the catch, and Derwin James applying the hit that did not dislodge the football.
Excellent throw by Driscoll, firing it in there, and Core with the secure catch.
Should have been penalized. That was a defenseless receiver with a hit above the shoulders.
Well, it's because he didn't give himself up. In the 33. Quick pass to this side of the field. That's Bernard. And Giovanni Bernard dives inside the 30 to the 29. Update time. Let's take you once again to JB in New York.
Greg, Philly's D contributing.
Yeah, Dak Prescott picked off twice. The second one by Corey Graham leads this. Carson Wentz 2-yard touchdown pass to Alshon Jeffrey. Missed extra point. Dallas leads 9-6.
6:04 in the third. Back to Greg Gumbel.
All right, guys, thank you. You know, we've been talking about teams that you really don't know what they're about because they've been so up and down. The Eagles are definitely one of those teams this year.
No doubt about it.
On 2nd and 6, this is Mixon, and Mixon to about the 28. Joey Bosa in on the tackle. 3rd and 5.
I would think this is going to be 4-down territory once again if the Bengals don't pick up this first down.
Yeah, the field goal doesn't do you any good, so. Chargers showing all-out blitz, but they'll probably bail out.
Both Mixon and Bernard in the backfield.
Boyd's the man in motion, working the inside slot.
Driscoll with time over the middle, and it is incomplete at the 15-yard line. Intended for Tyler Boyd, and Adrian Phillips was there for the breakup. No 4-down territory, at least not right now. Punting unit comes on.
Well, that was just a matter of Adrian Phillips, number 31, coming in and knocking it loose. But Phillips was watching the eyes of Driscoll as Driscoll was looking out to his right and came back to his left. That's when Phillips changed direction and followed his eyes to the middle of the field.
I beg your pardon, I said punting unit. I meant field goal from 46 yards. Bullock. That looks good. So they do take the 3. They put 3 on the board and cut the Charger lead to 20-15 with 12-12 to play in the fourth. As we welcome you back, I want to remind you, after the game, time permitting, the State Farm post-game show with all the guys in New York. We'll have the scores and highlights coming up on the State Farm post-game show. Desmond King will run this one out of the end zone. Spins across the 20 and out to the 25-yard line, which is where the ball would be had he chosen not to run it out. How about Philip Rivers today?
Started off on fire. The game began really hot the first 2 series, driving down the field and getting touchdowns. The touchdown throw to Keenan Allen right there. Just like the rest of the offense, though, things have slowed down quite a bit since that second quarter on. Need to put together a big drive here, go down and get some points.
You see his numbers there, 16 of 25 for 159 and a touchdown. Fake to Eckler. Rivers throwing, got his man wide open, and he hit him at midfield. Keenan Allen inside the 40-yard line.
Ken Wisenhunt, offense coordinator, he's done a good job of setting that play up for the last couple of series, running the ball on first and second down. Big chunk on the play action, Keenan Allen on the crossing route.
Excellent catch by Allen. Finding that void on the far side of the field there, as you could see the clear out happening, and then he worked his way into that second window.
A 37-yard pickup, and the pitch is to Eckler, and Eckler dragging Jordan Evans with him. Goes out of bounds at about the 33. Austin Eckler was an interesting young man to talk to as well. I'm a little suspicious about anybody who comes into our production meeting and calls everybody sir.
Yeah, his first one. He was, you know, I really think they should have an undrafted free agent rookie of the year. He and Philip Lindsay would be leading the way, I think.
On 2nd and 5, the pitch for Eckler. And Eckler going to get hit behind the line of scrimmage by Michael Johnson.
Well, coming into today, we were all confused with why this Bengals defense wasn't better than what they had played all season long. And we brought up the names Michael Johnson and Geno Atkins and Carlos Dunlap. Where have these guys been? Why haven't they been making plays? And why is this defense so susceptible? Well, they've shown up today, as we just saw Johnson making another tackle for loss on that one.
Completely different from what the numbers say they are. Here's a 3rd and 10. Rivers over the middle, and the catch is made by Mike Williams.
Another big, tall receiver. Philip Rivers throws it up high, and he's not afraid to go up and get it down the middle.
Williams on the outside, just going to go in the middle, as you said, B.A. Came into today averaging 18.5 yards per catch. Just a big 6'4" target down the field that Philip Rivers loves throwing it up for.
Glad to see him back after all those injuries he had last year.
The quick give to Keenan Allen, and Allen gets to go nowhere with it. Jordan Willis was there to wrap him up. Second and 10. You're talking about those negative numbers that the Bengals arrived with. Number 32 in the league in giving up yards per game. Number 31 in passing yards allowed. Number 32 in rushing yards allowed. And number 32 in points allowed.
Yeah, every week's different. And obviously, since Marvin's taken over the defense, a lot of things have changed. Especially accountability. When your head coach is calling it, it's a little bit different.
Rivers over the middle. That's Tyrell Williams and out of bounds. He picked up 7. It'll be 3rd and 3. And once again, this Bengals defense being put to the test.
That's what's become such a trend around the league now, is you get the ball, you get the routes up the field, you're trying to look up the field, but then you hit those drag routes, those crossing routes, those 2, 3, 4-yard routes that all of a sudden get big yards after catch. As Marvin Lewis runs down and calls a timeout.
Yeah, you get those outside backers in space. And Nick Vigil had a tough time there getting him down on the ground.
So once again, we remind you, after the game, time permitting, the State Farm post-game show with all the guys in New York, all the scores and all the highlights coming up on the State Farm post-game show. Did you do that a lot, Coach? Running down the sideline, screaming for a timeout?
You know, I had my knees replaced 12 years ago. I don't run anywhere. But I always told the officials, I'm not running down there, so keep looking at me.
There is Hugh Jackson, former Cleveland Browns coach. Now an assistant to Marvin Lewis here, or with the Cincinnati Bengals. Here's the 3rd and 3. Quick slant, incomplete. Broken up by William Jackson. And Keenan Allen was looking for a flag that is not forthcoming.
Keenan Allen was thinking this backside arm was wrapped around him. You can see that right arm wrapped around the front of Keenan Allen, so he can't even get the second arm up. You understand why he was looking at the official. That seemed like he was early, Coach.
Definitely. I mean, he had him all wrapped up, never let go. I mean,
here's
the official
Badgley
had clear sight on it.
from 32. He's been good from 59 and 31. This is a 32-yarder. On its way and good. 7:45 to play in the 4th. Chargers extend their lead to 23-15.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Verizon. The best unlimited is on Verizon, America's most awarded network. Starbucks. Sip a cup of magic. And by Walmart. Light up Christmas at Walmart.
Let's look inside the Bowman Hat Company, founded back in 1868. The oldest hat maker in America. Lots of celebrities, including that one, have all donned Bowman hats. On the silver screen, this is Alex Erickson. And Erickson, hit hard at the 20-yard line and no further. Derek Watt making the initial hit. So you saw Coach wearing his, and down on the sideline, apparently Melanie Collins has been doing some early Christmas shot. You look great in that, Melanie.
Nice one, Mel.
Thanks, guys.
Nice one.
Someone told me this is a good look, so I went for it for the 4th quarter.
Yes, indeed.
BA, you showed up for dinner the other night without a hat on. I had to do a double take. I was like, man, something must be.
We had to force our way in. Nobody recognized him at the restaurant.
Exactly.
It's first down from the 21-yard line. And carrying the ball up the middle is Joe Mixon for a couple. Joe Mixon's going to sleep well tonight. That's his 20th carry of the day for 78 yards.
Yeah, they had a great plan coming in to run the football, keep Jeff Driscoll in manageable downs, take a shot every now and then. Don't change now. You're a one-score game, 7:15 left. Just keep pounding it. I'd like to see him get Jeff out in space one time and use his legs one more time, though.
Coming up on 7 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. Driscoll, a bullet, and he's got his man, Tyler Boyd, for a first down.
That's impressive, Trent. He saw the blitz coming right in his face, and there was a free charger coming right at him. He stood in and hit the skinny post on the money.
Well, that's the thing. When he's had time and he's been able to step into his throws today, he's thrown some lasers, and that time right on the numbers of Boyd to pick up the first down and get out towards midfield.
Mixon. And slips down for no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. Yeah, talk about that throwing arm of Jeff Driscoll. He's got a little baseball experience in them.
Yeah, he was drafted by the Red Sox coming out of high school.
By the way, this game has not seen a turnover on either side. On 2nd and 10, the pass out here to Mixon, and Mixon looking for running room. Squirms his way to the 48-yard line. He'll be about 6 yards or so short of a first down.
You know, for a guy just making his second start, I've been impressed with Jeff Driscoll. Just how he's managed everything, how he's handled all of this when the pressure in the pockets collapsing around him. And now he's got an opportunity here to try and convert a big third down to keep this drive going.
Yeah, like he talked, now that he's getting all the reps in practice, he's really getting a much better feel for the offense.
3rd and 5. That pass is complete for a first down. Giovanni Bernard out of the backfield with the catch.
Excellent job by Bernard as he catches the ball. Watch how he protects himself. He gets his legs up. He knows he's going to take a hit. Just a crossing route coming out of the backfield. You can see Brown's there coming up to make the contact, and Bernard with an excellent job of securing the pass, number 1, and then number 2, protecting himself so the ball's not knocked loose.
And you know, for the most part, that Bengals offensive line has done a good job of protecting Driscoll against a fierce pass rush.
They really have, especially being an all shaken up offensive lines. Guys playing out of position. Done a great job.
Mixon in the backfield, first down. Play fake. Driscoll going deep. And overthrew his intended receiver, Tyler Boyd.
Well, that was a complete commitment by the Bengals there. They were keeping the max protection in, run fake, only 2 receivers out. They had one going deep post, and they had Boyd going on a wheel route up the sideline, and there was nothing there. The Chargers didn't fall for it. Smart decision by Driscoll to throw it over his head out of bounds.
2nd and 10. Joey Bosa comes to the sideline for a breather. Pitch from Mixon, just inside the 40-yard line. Justin Jones with the initial hit for the Chargers. And Bosa comes back on the field. Bosa is telling us that he's playing still with some pain in that foot, and he was just told he's just going to have to live with it for a while.
Yeah, it's going to go away sooner or later, but he's just got to manage it, and he's done a great job of it.
Well, I said it on the last series. I'll say it again on this one. They went ahead and kicked the field goal last series, but this is 4-down territory with under 4 minutes to go if you don't pick this up.
They need the 33-yard line for a first down. Driscoll with time, tipped it incomplete, and the penalty marker is down. Casey Hayward, the defender. And it's going to go against the Chargers.
I'm going to say Hayward got there early against Ross.
Defense, number 26. The ball he placed the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
Yeah, had his hands on him all the way, all the top of the route, and knocked him down. That's a good call.
Well, I know what the Chargers are thinking. They're saying, well, that one looks a little incidental, and the one where Keenan Allen got tackled wasn't called. So I think as players and coaches, you're basically just looking for consistency with the calls.
That's exactly right. But that, to me, that was easy.
Oh, that one there, yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So from the 30-yard line, the Bengals. On 1st and 10, and they will go back to Mixon, who has a hole up the middle, inside the 20 to almost the 10-yard line.
So just keep pounding it straight ahead, and Bill Ager's done a great job of adjusting to what he does best.
I've been very impressed with Mixon's running style. There's not a lot of indecision there. Maybe he'll take one cut, but it's going downhill.
Inside the 10, squirming his way to about the 7. Is Mixon, who is up over 100 yards rushing on the day.
People don't realize he's a 225-pound back. I mean, he can motor.
Clock continues to move.
You know, had he not had his incident at Oklahoma, he might have been the first back taken in the draft that year.
Mixon again, inside the 5 to about the 2. And we'll see if that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Well, and you can get a first down.
Cincinnati needs a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And it'll have to wait until after the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here at StubHub. Chargers in the lead. Bengals on the move.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by FedEx. Possibilities, what we deliver by delivery. And by Garmin. Get a Garmin smartwatch and beat yesterday.
For your consideration, on 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1 this season, the Charger defense is the worst in the NFL. Mixon behind Driscoll. They'll fake it to him. Driscoll on the move, looking, and has to throw it away. And we have a penalty marker in the end zone.
Looks like holding.
Holding. Defense number 37. That penalty is half the distance to goal. Automatic. First down.
Those are the 3 magic words. Automatic first down. The penalty is on Jaleel Adai.
66 and 94 have reported eligible. Number 66.
You see him down here at the bottom there. Yeah, he had his arms wrapped around his waist.
Mixon. Touchdown.
Great run. The Chargers had great penetration. He jumped, cut, and hit it with power.
It looked like all the penetration was to the right side. And
right at the handoff point.
Now, the Bengals, as you take a look at the replay of this touchdown, the Bengals need a 2-point conversion. Their last successful 2-point conversion, October of 2015 against Kansas City.
Damian Square for the Chargers was the one getting penetration, but now looks like they're going to spread things out here, going for 2 points.
Play clock down to 3, down to 2, down to 1. Got the snap. Driscoll looking. Under pressure, and he goes down. Darius Philon fought his way through. We've told you the Bengals haven't been successful recently at all with 2-point conversions. They haven't done so good in onside kicks either. Onside kick, you would presume, upcoming here with 1:50 on the clock. And that one's not even going to go the requisite yardage, is it? Penalty marker down, and Austin Eckler is hurt on the ground. So this is going to be Charger ball, but what a loss Austin Eckler would be to this offense.
Well, and you got to remember, it's a short week. They got to go to Kansas City on Thursday.
Eckler was one of the players up front in the forward wall for the Chargers. Right there. I didn't see a foot or a leg or a knee get caught up.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both by the kicking team. Illegal touch by number 4. That penalty is declined. Illegal block before the ball went 10 yards was touched by the receiving team, number 42. That 10-yard penalty will be enforced from where the Los Angeles recovered the ball, 1st and 10.
So the accepted penalty is against Clayton Fedulum, number 42 of the Bengals, as they continue to talk to Austin Eckler.
Well, and Fedulum was the one that hit Eckler.
Yeah, he got caught in a tough spot. He was waiting on it to go 10 yards instead of going to get it. And then you don't want to mishandle it. So he was caught no man's land and got hit extremely hard. Good to see him walking off the field.
Actually took part in his first ever production meeting with an announce crew.
Yes, he walked in. So what do I do? Where do I sit?
What do I do? Where do I sit?
How's this go? How's this work?
Justin Jackson to the 31. Well, there's not much difference in this game other than the 2-point conversion attempts by the Cincinnati Bengals earlier. That one didn't work on the attempt to Giovanni Bernard, and then this one, you guys are just saying, you just got to throw that one into the end zone and hope someone catches it.
Hope get a penalty or something. But the decision to go for the early 2-point conversion put him in a situation where a kick, an extra point, would have tied the ball game. Some people chase those points early, some wait till the fourth quarter. The Bengals chased early and it came back to get him.
On 2nd and 7, this is Jackson again, and Jackson dragged down from the near side by Sean Williams. And the 3rd and final timeout is used by Cincinnati. While we have a moment, we'll remind you tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes and a news-making interview with Elon Musk, followed by new episodes of God Friended Me, NCIS Los Angeles, and Madam Secretary tonight only. CBS.
Well, and you hope everything's okay with Eckler, but all of a sudden Justin Jackson gets thrust into this thing with even a more important role depending on if Melvin Gordon can get turned around and back on the field on a short week. So some big concerns for the Chargers moving forward.
Rivers. And Rivers going to get dragged down before he got out of bounds by Carlos Dunlap.
Never thought I'd ever see Phillip Rivers run a read option, but man, there was green grass out there, but Carlos Dunlap ran him down.
And the Bengals upset that there was no stopping the clock. But he was brought down inbounds.
Yeah, he let him catch him on purpose.
Yes, that was it, yes.
That's what he would tell the next production meeting. So on 4th and 3.
I think if you're the Chargers, you run the ball, you just keep it going, keep the clock moving.
Cincinnati is out of timeouts, and we go to New York. JB.
Dak trying to make up for mistakes.
Yeah, he had 2 interceptions, but then he has this throw to Amari Cooper from 28 yards out that puts him up over Philadelphia 16-9. Amari Cooper over 100 yards again today.
Back to Greg Gumbel.
You know, we always talk about guys who benefit from a change of scenery. How about Amari Cooper?
Oh, really? I mean, it's been a blessing for him to get to Dallas. For him and for Dallas.
All right, Coach, you convinced me. Yes, kick the field goal.
Now, you do give the Bengals a scoring opportunity by blocking this and scoring.
Right.
No block. Kick is on the way, and it is perfect. .49 seconds to play, and it makes the Bengals have to go for a touchdown rather than to settle for a field goal with 49 seconds on the clock. And those of you expecting to see 60 Minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS, our game between the Bengals and the Chargers. Greg Gumbel, Trent Green, Bruce Arians, Melanie Collins, where the Chargers lead Cincinnati 26-21. 60 Minutes will be seen in its entirety immediately following this game, except on West Coast CBS stations. I think we can safely say, without much argument, that the Cincinnati Bengals came in here and put up a much better fight, gave a much better performance than we were expecting, and certainly that they have showed in recent games.
I don't think there's any doubt, especially after the 2 touchdowns, their defense really picked it up. Offensively, they had a great game plan. They just didn't score enough points. That touchdown that was called back for giving himself up might be the worst call I've ever seen, but it really cost him.
This is Erickson. Erickson to the outside. And is run out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. So the Chargers in the 2-minute defense have allowed 25 points coming into this week. 5th most in the NFL.
Well, if
they
you're
allowed a
Driscoll
touchdown in the first half.
Well, if you're Driscoll now, you got 43 seconds. So you'd like to get out of bounds, but if you can get a big chunk down the middle of the field, get that 20-yard, 15-yard chunk down the middle of the field and run up and spike it, it's worth it with this much time.
Four-man rush for the Chargers. The pass to the sideline, incomplete. Cody Core was over there, and Casey Hayward was lurking.
So the Chargers are traditionally a single high team, so you got a chance of hitting a seam ball like they did earlier to the tight end to get a 25-yard chunk and go up and spike it.
Cincinnati out of timeouts. Driscoll under pressure and going down. Uchenna Nwosa. Clock continues to move. "20 seconds. 3rd and 20. Driscoll to the sideline. It is caught at about the 23-yard line by Cody Core.
I don't even know if they get a snap off here. Nwosa on that first down, though, comes untouched off the edge, and they're trying to get Ross on a deep crossing route, had no time to even look for it.
And they are not going to get a snap off before time expires. The Chargers go to 10-3 on the season. The Bengals lose their 5th in a row. The AFC playoff picture looks like this. Kansas City still leading the way in the West, and the Chargers right behind them at 10-3. Cincinnati has now lost 5 in a row for the first time since the 2010 season. This one's going to hurt a little more than the others because they were in this one to the end. Once again, our final score, 26-21. Chargers tonight on CBS at 60 Minutes, followed by God Friended Me, NCIS Los Angeles, and Madam Secretary. For Trent Green, Bruce Arians, Melanie Collins, and all of our crew here in Carson, California, Greg Gumbel saying so long. You've been watching the NFL on CBS, the home of Super Bowl 53.